It's been a hot and stormy week, and there is not a ton of progress on our side of the house. We still don't have any air conditioning, and it's been in the 90s and humid a couple of days this week. That's not good. No. Um, but we're told that they're supposed to come on Monday to deliver the new air conditioners. Right now it is Thursday. So we got a few days to go, but I think we're supposed to get one more storm. And then after that storm, it's supposed to cool down. So by the time they come, it will be cool and we probably won't need the air conditioner, but nevertheless, we will have them back. But yeah, so let's take a look at what's been going on this week. All right, so now that the work is done out here, at least as far as the wall goes, we have other things that need to be figured out, such as this, heightened mound of dirt here, which Perfecto, the guy from Permaseal, said that we need to keep that relatively high so that it can go down more. And then there's a lot of other questions too. Given that, then what do we do with our walkway that was here? This was all flat. What about our stairs? There were 3 stairs going down there. Don't know the answer to that. What about the fence and the gate? And, do we extend this maybe? Oh my God, this has turned into a mess over here. Do we make the fence go along this whole area here and then put the gate by the driveway entrance? I don't know. These are all ideas. These are things that we have to consider. Man, it's muddy out here. So now we're kind of in a reimagining of all of this once again. But it's this mound of dirt that is a curious thing because it definitely affects the stairs and everything else. Man, look how dirty all this stuff is now. So that's got to be cleaned. And I don't know why I'm walking out here because now my shoes are a complete lump of clay and dirt. Oh well. And what about that area up there? Do we pitch it so that everything goes in another direction, like towards the rest of the Palangeau Park? So we had massive rain, and it looks like no issues down in the basement. No water coming in, no water on the ground, on the floor. So I think they did their job. It's Monday, about 3 days after the initial work was completed on the foundation project. And I find this interesting. So it's been raining a lot this weekend, but what that has done, it has pushed down a lot of the dirt along the wall here. You can kind of see how high it was over on that end, but it's just interesting how fast the dirt has actually gone down, which will make it a little bit easier for the project of putting in our air conditioner, which at this point we've now not had for about 10 days, and it is getting hot and humid. So it's a very hot and humid day here in the Chicago area. I am outside. I hear Wrigley in the distance. We've got issues other than the fact that we still don't have any air conditioning. And the issue is that apparently the Vaseline has worn off of the pole, the bird feeder pole. So I'm going to finally put this thing up, which I bought over at the Wild Birds Unlimited, to hopefully keep the bird down. Now, again, this is going to be tricky because all the chipmunks are around too. Okay, guys, all right. Yeah, that's it. Go out of the way here. Apparently, it's supposed to be roughly 5 feet off the ground, which would put it at a, well, be about right. I'm thinking right here.
Does it go up or down?
It goes the way I just had it because like an umbrella, because then they can't like get up there. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. Being mechanical, is not one of my things. I call this mechanical. Well, how is that supposed to go? All right, I'm gonna take it off so I can look at what the deal is.
Got to be something to make the hole smaller, or is that?
Well,
because it twists in.
Supposed to twist in, but it only twists in this far. I don't know. I don't think I could twist it in more than that. See, I mean, do this, but that doesn't change the hole size. I wonder, could I do this? Now, I don't know that that would do anything. Because he could still, well, he was hanging from, he got up here. See, this doesn't seem right. Because I think this pole may be too thin for this. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I think you may be right.
Which means I may have to put more Vaseline on it for now and take this back to the Wild Birds Unlimited. Do you like my shirt? See, so the World Cup is starting. This is a shirt an authentic 2019 shirt from Croatia that we got in Croatia in 2019. Modric is the player, which I think he's retired though. All right. Now, see, that is not going to work there. That's just going to fall down. So that's not going to work. So what we're going to have to do is put up some more Vaseline, although Frank has another solution he thinks he's going to try with a piece of plastic. But he needs scissors first. In the meantime, I think I'm going to put some Vaseline on the pole. Plastic. It just fell. The reason why this whole thing started was because there was a squirrel twice that got up here and was eating out of this. So, which means that the Vaseline that we previously had, obviously it's worn off because of the heat, humidity, and all the rain that we've gotten. This is Dan and Frank doing projects. I'm going to put this on anyway.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
So that's a do-it-yourself technique to maybe keep the squirrels away. We'll see how well that does. Time to do this one again. This is the one that you probably, if you remember, the squirrels did slide right down. Actually, it looks like there's still some on here, so it may still be working, which is why we haven't seen anybody on here recently. All right, that should be good for now. So the rain is coming down, and there's this bird in its nest. You can see that. He's got a little bit of shelter there.
Moving right along 55 as you get into Grundy County, pressing to the northeast. This is going to follow a trajectory that will. This is a supercell storm. 1 in 5 produce tornadoes.
So this is pretty far south of us, but it just gives you an idea about
and then we can go right back to that shot. Let's go to Max 1. Take it full.
the tornadoes that show up around
So,
here.
as you get through LaSalle County, Ben Bradley has some video that's just new to our newsroom. Ben, what do you got?
This is from a viewer in Streator, Illinois. Not quite as pronounced and dramatic as we've seen in the from those other videos we've shown you. This is shot from a much safer distance, but you can see that funnel formed in Streator earlier, I'd say about 45 minutes ago.
DuPage County, and we're getting into highly populated areas. So this includes Downers Grove, Westmont, those areas as it continues.
Naperville.
Yeah, Naperville. Okay, so we're talking Schaumburg, we're talking maybe O'Hare, we're talking Elk Grove Village, we're talking Hebron, Indiana, House,
Okay, this is
Indiana,
very close to
Itasca,
us
those
now.
areas down into Elmhurst, Lisle, Lombard. So we're talking very highly concentrated areas in terms of people here. So we have a number of tornadoes that are moving through our region. We're going to do our best to spotlight them as much as we can here because, I don't think we're done in Kankakee County either here. So we have a tornado warning that has just been issued for DuPage County. That is in effect, let's see, until about 8:30 p.m. We also have that tornado
is us.
warning, and this is a confirmed tornado.
Well, it's very calm right here, even though you hear lightning and see lightning and hear thunder, but there's not a lot of movement in the trees, which suggests the heavy winds of a tornado are not right by us. And now, notice how bright it got. This is after the previous video. So bizarre. And now we are by the Zen Garden. And look at, there's light again. Of course, there's also a ton of water where the path was, where it will be hopefully again soon. Oh yeah, storm is past. So that's it for now. Quite a week. Not as much activity as last week, but it was a week of heat, humidity, storms. It's another week in Palangeau Park.